is News 3 Now at 6.
Thanks for joining us. Cases of COVID-19 are up in 50 states tonight. Despite vaccinations, the highly transmissible Delta variant largely responsible for that rise in cases among unvaccinated Americans.
For the unvaccinated, that means not only getting infected, that means some proportion of the people who are infected will get seriously ill, requiring hospitalizations, and in some cases, unfortunately, death.
Now, Dane County seems well positioned to handle the Delta variant thanks to its high vaccine rate. But when you look at the demographics of who is vaccinated here and who isn't, there is reason to be worried. Christina Laurie looked into why 2/3 of black people in Dane County are not vaccinated and how a local organization is working to change that.
Throughout the pandemic, the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County has played a pivotal role in getting shots in the arms of many black people. However, as demand for the vaccine drops, they're now pivoting from scheduling appointments to sharing information.
It's a difference between, you going into a hospital and what you receive as far as healthcare services and access than I do.
Healthcare inequity is an unfortunate part of our country's past, and one we haven't fixed in the present either.
For me, it's an issue of trust, but when you don't acknowledge that firsthand, that's where you make the mistake.
Dr. Sarah G. from the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County has been debunking COVID misinformation throughout the pandemic as she helps bring the vaccine into BIPOC communities. Her nonprofits hosted dozens of pop-up clinics, but Dr. G says the most important work happens outside of those, at town halls, game nights, community walks, panels with teachers, doctors, pastors, and neighbors, events that all bring people together.
We're not here to tell you what to do. We are only here to ensure that you have the facts to make an informed decision and respect that you have that choice for yourself.
I do think we're at a state right now where if you want to be vaccinated with very little effort, you can get that done.
Now, if vaccine demand once again goes up, I asked Dr. G if she'd consider scheduling another Boys and Girls Club related vaccine clinic. And without missing a beat, without hesitation, she said in a second. Reporting in Madison for News 3 Now, I'm Christina Laurie.
If you are unvaccinated and would like to learn more about your vaccine options, possibly getting yourself protected, we have information on our website where you can type in your zip code and find the nearest vaccination clinic, connect with doctors, and much more. Wisconsin's 2 medical schools are collaborating on a study addressing health disparities in the state. The UW School of Medicine and Public Health and the Medical College of Wisconsin will conduct it. The schools plan to use $3 million in endowment money to measure and recommend solutions for health inequities highlighted by the pandemic. Here's a closer look at the vaccine numbers in Wisconsin. Just under 49% of the state is now fully protected, over 51% with 1 dose. Here in Dane County, nearly 67% of people are fully vaccinated. Almost 70% have at least 1 dose of a COVID vaccine. Some nice weather to start the week. Let's check your certified most accurate forecast. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Eric, it's very summer-like out here. The humidity levels will continue to creep upward for much of the rest of the week, but the rain chances will stay relatively low. You can see on visible cloud track very little in the way of cloud cover across Wisconsin other than that haze overhead from the wildfire smoke in Canada. But on Doppler track, there are a couple of thunderstorms over western Minnesota moving almost straight south, not even toward Wisconsin, and even those are dissipating as there's warmer air aloft that's just kind of putting a lid from thunderstorms from trying to develop. Temperatures right now are in the upper 70s to the lower 80s. The 70s just north of Madison, but most areas in the low to mid 80s. Dew-point temperatures in the upper 50s to around 60. These fluctuate by a degree or two, but eventually they'll continue to head upward with time. So the heat index right now is about the same as the temperature. By tomorrow morning, we'll be down to about 63 for an overnight low temperature with clear skies. Tomorrow, partly sunny, very warm and humid, high 88. Feels like 88 to 90, but we will look for a possibility for a late afternoon thunderstorm. I'll have more details in the forecast in a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. Right now, officers are looking for any information about a hit and run out of Fitchburg that sent a 6-year-old to the hospital. It happened last night, High Ridge Trail in Fitchburg off Fish Hatchery Road. Police say the girl was hit by the car while riding her bicycle. She is expected to be okay. Now, we don't know a lot about the suspected driver, but we asked police today to share what they could, and Brad Hamilton spoke with investigators. He's live tonight right where that crash happened. Brad?
Well, we now know that police are looking for a 20-year-old Hispanic man, or around 20 years old, as the expected driver. Now, this suspect hit the girl while she was on her bike. He briefly stopped his car just to yell at her to get out of the roadway and then took off. Now, an emergency crew did get the 6-year-old to the hospital, and she is expected to be okay. Fitchburg Lieutenant Edward Hartwick says that the last thing anyone should do in this situation is leave the scene of the crash. And he wants this story to serve as a reminder to always take your responsibility as a driver seriously.
It's really important that with the amount of distractions that are out on the road these days, that people are just paying attention and looking for things that they're not anticipating.
The suspect's car is believed to be a gray 4-door sedan. And if you have any information about this crash in particular, the Fitchburg PD is asking that you please give them a call. Reporting here in Fitchburg tonight, Brad Hamilton, News 3 Now.
All right, Brad, thank you. A Madison woman says, of all things, a vegetable thief is on the loose in her neighborhood. Check this video out. This is from her Ring doorbell, and you can see a man walk right up to the plant, fumbles around a bit with it, and then just walks off with that plant. It all happened late Saturday, downtown Madison on Broome Street. Emily Mader Kiley was stunned to find her tomato plant missing from her garden, decided to take a look at that Ring camera. She figured it would be an overserved college student messing with her garden, not someone purposely taking the plant.
Who steals someone's plants? Out of all things to steal, you know, I have patio furniture. Not like I would want any of that stolen either. But who steals a plant? It was one of 2 vegetable plants that I have, and it was the only one that actually had vegetables on it.
Now, Mader Kiley says a bunch of her neighbors have reached out for help. Someone even gave up their own tomato plant as a replacement. The Iowa County Sheriff's Office investigating multiple mailboxes that were shot with a shotgun. They posted these pictures on Facebook. Now, this happened in the townships of Arena, Ridgeway, and Brigham. The Sheriff's Office says homeowners should check their surveillance systems and report any information. The moments when a Wisconsin family and their pets were rescued from a home with a house caught on fire. Officers' body camera footage capturing what happened in Oshkosh on Saturday. A mom called 911 Saturday saying her house was on fire and she and her children were trapped upstairs due to the smoke. Now, when police arrived, the mom and 2 kids were on the roof. Officers used a ladder to get them down and then also saved 2 dogs and a cat. 2 of the officers had to be treated for smoke inhalation. The home badly damaged, the family now being helped by the Red Cross. We are still working to learn more about the human remains found last week on DNR land. Authorities don't expect any new details to be provided in the search for Krista Halderson today. Krista and her husband Bart were last seen at their home in Windsor July 1st. Now, since then, some of Bart's remains were found in rural Dane County, and additional remains were found on that DNR land last week. The medical examiner has not shared if those additional remains were male or female. The Halderson's son Chandler has been charged in connection to Bart's death. A group of concerned citizens gathered in Madison today to protest Enbridge Oil's pipeline along the Wisconsin and Minnesota border. Enbridge currently building an oil pipeline running from Canada to the area and saying the old line needs to be replaced due to safety and maintenance concerns. But the local indigenous community is among those who are pushing back.
I wish that this is a fight that we didn't have to fight for. We shouldn't have to fight for clean water. We shouldn't have to fight for treaties to be respected.
Now, Madison's Common Council President Saeed Abbas says he plans to introduce a resolution at tomorrow's City Council meeting stating that Madison stands with the indigenous community and opposes that pipeline. Still ahead at 6, we're following Bucks fever here in Madison and all across the state ahead of Game 6. Plus, we'll tell you why some home buyers are simply ready to give up on finding their dream home. Stay with us.
A truck ran a red light and slammed into Liz's car.
As soon as we got out of the hospital, we called Gruber Law Offices immediately.
One call, that's all.
They were phenomenal. They got our life back on track, and I couldn't be any more happier.
Find your style with Patriot Lighting from Menards. Add elegance to any room with Patriot Lighting ceiling fans. They reduce energy costs all year round. Save 11% off all Patriot Lighting ceiling fans. Finish the look with Sylvania's new True Wave Natural Spectrum LED bulbs. They bring out the positive feelings of happiness, relaxation, and warmth while reducing eye strain and improving the sleep cycle. Save 11% on all Sylvania LED bulbs now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
The light at the end of the tunnel isn't shining so brightly for everyone. Families continue to fight for survival. Some jobs are gone forever. Bills pile up. But please know, you have not been forgotten. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
At General Heating and Air Conditioning, your comfort is important to us. From keeping you cozy warm to cooling you off with the ultra-quiet, energy-efficient Carrier Infinity Home Comfort System. Plus, join our free home comfort program and keep your air conditioner and furnace running at peak performance year after year. Enjoy priority service and extra savings that really add up. Celebrating 75 years of providing award-winning comfort for your home. Turn to the experts, Carrier and General Heating and Air Conditioning.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. One call, that's all.
Well, the Milwaukee Bucks are now one win away from an NBA championship. Tickets for Game 6 are on sale. According to SeatGeek, though, tickets to Fiserv Forum range anywhere from $1,000 to $17,000. The game will take place Tuesday night, 8 p.m. And the Bucks are making some changes to the Deer District ahead of the game. This is a live look right now at the area. Arena gates will open 2 hours before tip-off. The Deer District watch party has now been expanded to 65,000 fans. Now, if you can't make it over to Milwaukee, there are plenty of places to watch the game right here in Madison. That includes Breese Stevens Field. Forward Madison says it's hosting a post-game watch party after its international friendly. Entry to the stadium for the watch party will be free, and we'll have a list of watch parties in our area. You can find that at channel3000.com. And despite high ticket prices, some lucky fans won't have to pay anything to get in. The Bucks and the Milwaukee Health Department are hosting a vaccination clinic at Fiserv Forum Plaza from 6 o'clock until 7:45 before the game, and everyone who gets a shot at the clinic will be entered into a drawing to win 2 tickets to Game 6. Golf legend, Madison area native Andy North opened a new golf course in the Wisconsin Dells this morning. It's at Trapper's Turn, and Andy says the new set of par 3 holes was designed to make golf accessible to everyone. The course is called 12 North, and it's 12 holes. And Andy says his design looks like real golf holes and contains some other unique features.
So here we're able to do some mounding that we wouldn't do and some great big knobs and create hole-in-one areas that if you hit a decent shot and you get it in the right bowl, it's going to kind of go around and get down to an area close, so that we want people to make a hole-in-one once in a while. It's something that we remember the rest of their lives.
Andy, of course, a 2-time U.S. Open champ. And Trapper's Turn is owned by Kalahari Resorts, but Andy designed it, and the new course opens for play tomorrow. Culver's Isthmus Bowl will be coming to Verona later this year. The bowl will feature 2 Division III teams from the WIAC and the College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin, the CCIW. It'll take place November 20th at Verona Area High School's new football stadium, and organizers say Madison's long college football tradition made it an easy decision to bring a bowl game to our area. Madison's World Naked Bike Ride will return this summer. Typically, it's held in June, but that changed due to the pandemic. The event now scheduled for Saturday, August 28th at 11 a.m. The route of the ride is not made public, but those involved will be told a gathering point ahead of time. The ride encourages people to support messages of independence and body positivity. Well, you can get into the last 3 concerts on the Square shows for the summer for just $5. The Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra are reducing the cost of all reserved seats and general admission tickets today. This year's concerts are being held at Breese Stevens Field. Tickets usually $12 for those reserved seats. The last 3 shows are this Wednesday as well as July 28th, next Wednesday, and also on August 4th. Next at 6, the housing market. Very hot still right now, and that competition has some buyers simply dropping out of their search completely. What one real estate expert says, that might not be a good plan. Stay with us for that. A mostly clear and mild day around Madison. Gary's back. He'll have your first warn forecast after a short break.
Stoughton Health has 3 convenient urgent care locations for the care you need without the wait. We have clinics in Oregon, Stoughton, and McFarland with extended hours to fit your schedule. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Don't you wish you could wave a magic wand and have whiter teeth? Well, you can, but it's not magic. It's power swabs. Just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and boom, whiter teeth and a better smile. And since you're not dealing with messy trays or awkward strips, you're less vulnerable to the harsh sensitivity they sometimes create.
I've used strips. They seem to really hurt my teeth. The power swabs, it just seemed very gentle.
It's so simple and easy. You just open it, you apply it to your teeth, you forget it's there, and I noticed that they're white and bright again like they were before.
I know
noticed actually a difference the first time that I used power swabs. You put on the first coat and then the activator goes on, and immediately you start seeing it working.
It only takes 5-minute applications to get a brighter, whiter smile with power swabs. You just snap, swab, and smile. Power swabs have been clinically studied to whiten natural teeth and remove stains from caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so powerful, it removes stains from coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking.
I love my coffee in the morning.
I will never stop drinking coffee. I will not be the person drinking hot coffee with a straw.
As much coffee as I drink, I can use my power swabs and eliminate the staining.
When I use the power swabs, I applied it directly to my front tooth where the coffee stain was.
I like being able to individually get the teeth, and most importantly, it got kind of in between the grooves.
You can put it directly on the stain that you see on your teeth, and it's so precise.
But as powerful as it is, it's also gentle and causes 0 to minimal sensitivity.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab, and I just got to rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
Take it from me as someone who has gone the dental route, but has also gone on the shelf route, and I've not really seen anything work as effective and as easy as power swabs.
Whiten your teeth today by ordering power swabs and receive 40% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free quick stick pen to use on the go after meals or a cup of coffee. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
Stoughton Health has 3 convenient urgent care locations for the care you need without the wait. We have clinics in Oregon, Stoughton, and McFarland with extended hours to fit your schedule. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Telling you about, over the past few months, we've been telling you about rising home prices here in Dane County, but it's not just here. Low inventory, high demand, and increasing competition are pushing people out of the market. Mary Maloney explains why one real estate expert says putting the idea on pause may be the way to go, but not for long.
It's so hard to get a home right now that some buyers have simply given up.
They all just said, you know what, I'm out. I don't want to do this anymore. This is too hard. I'm going to check out.
Northern California real estate agent and investor David Green blames burnout. This spring, the housing market was on fire. Soaring demand increased competition, and prospective home buyers confronted all cash offers they couldn't match.
The past 3 months, the market's been so hot you couldn't touch it. If you try to buy a house at all, you got outbid by 20 people. They've been chasing homes, trying to buy one, going through the emotional gauntlet of trying to buy a house, and they've decided that they've had enough.
There's also been record low inventory of available properties, which raised home prices to unprecedented highs. Adding to that, low mortgage rates motivating more buyers to bid on those few homes on the market. Green says he's telling some clients to put their search on ice, but not for long.
I'm telling them to slow down and wait until wintertime when there's less competition, and at least we can get an idea of what they have to pay for that house so they can make an educated decision.
In May, home sales fell for the 4th month in a row, according to a recent report from the National Association of Realtors. Part of the reason is there aren't enough homes to buy, but competition and higher prices are also turning off buyers who can't afford to compete.
There's not a lot of houses out there. Even though the market's hot, it's probably going to get hotter.
According to the Realtors Association of South Central Wisconsin, the average price of a home in Dane County right now, $345,000. Stocks fell on Wall Street today. It's because investors are getting worried about the rising number of COVID cases as the Delta variant spreads. It was the worst day for the Dow since late October. A look at just how far stocks tumbled. The S&P 500 lost almost 2%. The Dow giving up a monstrous 726 points. All right, Gary's back checking the forecast, staying warm and humid. Gary?
And it also will be that way for tomorrow. And for those of you heading to Milwaukee to celebrate over at Pfizer Forum for the Bucks game tomorrow night, look for just a slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm, probably before the game. I think by the time the game starts and beyond, the rain chances will go away. But there will be a breeze off of Lake Michigan that'll cool temperatures down into the upper 60s by the end of the game. 3 things you need to know in our forecast. The warm weather will continue with high temperatures in the upper 80s for tomorrow. You factor in the humidity, it'll feel between about 90 and 95. The humidity levels will also stay high for much of the time. Just a little drop in the humidity humidity on Wednesday, but that'll come right back up for Thursday and Friday. And then the thunderstorm chances, a slight chance tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. Another slight chance Wednesday and Thursday. Probably our best chance of rain will be towards Saturday. But looking farther out into the future, the drought continues on, and there doesn't seem to be much let up in sight. 6 to 10-day outlook from the Climate Prediction Center released this afternoon calls for above normal temperatures, the highest probabilities just out to our north and west. So it's almost a slam dunk that we're going to stay warm and also dry. Look at how much of the country expected to see below normal precipitation. Just a little area out to the west where there might be a little enhanced risk or threat that there could be some heavier showers as the monsoon season kind of develops out to the west. And the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook, the warm weather expands to almost the entire country. And again, the highest probabilities just out to the west of us with below normal precipitation across much of the nation as well. So we just don't have much rain in the forecast. Now, future track computer models over the next 10 days, one of the models shows about anywhere between about a ½ inch and an inch of rain over southern Wisconsin with heavier amounts up to the north. The other future track computer model shows very similar conditions. The heavier rain a little farther to the north, but still about a ½ inch to maybe an inch of rain across southern Wisconsin. That's still below about an inch and a half that we normally would get over a 10-day period this time of year. Temperatures right now are in the 80s here. Notice out to the west, 90s, triple-digit heat, almost near 110 degrees over northeastern Montana. Dew point temperatures pretty comfortable here, right around 60, but to the south, those dew points are starting to increase. We'll notice the humidity, especially as we head through the rest of the week. Right now, a cluster of thunderstorms has developed in northern Minnesota heading south, and you see just how quickly they fell apart because the air aloft is very warm, so that suppresses thunderstorm development. That's why you don't see much in the way of cloud cover through much of the central part of the country. That's why we have that heat wave developing out to the west of us. But right now, high pressure is located just out to our west, keeping our weather quiet, and of course that blocks any rain from trying to come in our direction. For tomorrow, look for skies to be partly sunny. It'd be very warm and humid, high 88. Just a slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm late in the day. On future track, you can see by tomorrow afternoon, just a slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm. Tomorrow night, an outside chance for a shower or thunderstorm. Same thing on Wednesday. Most of us will miss out, and the 7 to 10-day forecast calls for the heat and humidity to jump right back up for Thursday and Friday. Probably our best chance of rain on Saturday, and then just slight chances as we head to the middle of next week.
And coming up in sports, the Bucks one win away from winning an NBA championship, but why they're not thinking about lifting up that trophy just yet. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It's time to invest in care. I care for seniors and people with disabilities so that they can live in their homes. That lets their families go to work. Joe Biden's American Jobs Plan will give working families the support they need and jumpstart our economy.
It's better wages and benefits and opportunities for caregivers who are disproportionately women, women of color, and immigrants.
Tell Congress to pass Biden's plan and invest in care jobs now, because care is essential.
SEIU is responsible for the content of this advertising.
With less moderate to severe eczema, why hide your skin? If you can help heal your skin from within. With Dupixent, adults saw long-lasting, clearer skin and significantly less itch. Don't use if you're allergic to Dupixent. Serious allergic reactions can occur, including anaphylaxis, which is severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes or a parasitic infection. If you take asthma medicines, don't change or stop them without talking to your doctor. Talk to your doctor about Dupixent.
Don't pay for gas ever again. Gobin Cars is selling 2017 Chevy Bolts and Bolts with low miles and factory warranty for only $19,995 or $299 per month.
That's right. Electric vehicles with a 250-mile range. So buy your Chevy Bolt or Bolt from only $19,995 or $299 per month at Gobin Cars.
25 cars to choose from, and just ask for my daughter, Crystal the Pistol Gobin.
Or my dad, Don the Steelman Gobin.
You gotta go to Gobin, GobinCars.com.
No more Freon for your AC. Oh no, the homeowner's called Action Man and his action team.
Call on Action Plumbing, Heating, and Electric at iwantactionnow.com.
At JP Morgan, the only definition of wealth that matters is yours. It can be a smaller house, but a bigger nest egg, a goal to work toward, or the freedom to walk away. With 200 years of experience, personalized advice, and commission-free trades on an award-winning app, We're working for you. Planning, investing, advice. JP Morgan Wealth Management.
Tuesday morning on News 3 Now, I'm checking out a new social club in the 608.
And Chris Reese has a look at your forecast if you're headed to the Deer District for Game 6 of the NBA Finals. Join us from 4:30 to 7 for News 3 Now this morning.
Former Buck Brandon Jennings' three-word statement, Bucks in 6, he made years ago, is one win away from coming true. Beat the Suns tomorrow night in Milwaukee, and the Deer bring home their first NBA championship in 50 years. And it sounds like a sure thing, right? The Bucks are 9-1 at Pfizer Forum in the playoffs, and even though they're on the brink of being the last team standing, the guys aren't letting their minds go there. Well, that is until the job is done.
Honestly, I think it's about playing desperate. Playing like it's the last game of the season, like our back's against the wall. Like we said, we got a good win that fifth game, but the job's not done.
We gotta stay humble. You know, we gotta be in the present. We gotta stay humble as much as possible. You know, I feel like when this team is humble, this team is very, very dangerous.
Another week, another Badger landing on a preseason watch list. This time, it's the heartbeat of Wisconsin defense, Jack Sanborn. The UW senior found himself on the Bednarik Award watch list, which is given to the nation's best defensive player in college football. Sanborn has led the Badgers in tackling each of the last 2 seasons, posting 132 tackles, 6.5 sacks, and 4 picks. Wisconsin kicks off their season on September 4th. With the Ryder Cup just 2 months away, Steve Stricker has some big-time decisions looming. 6 to be exact. As the captain of the United States team, he's in charge of filling out the roster. Now, normally the Ryder Cup captain has to make 4 picks, but because of tournaments canceled last year due to the pandemic, the selection process has changed, and that means 2 more big-time decisions for Stricker. But Andy North thinks his friend is going to make the right picks.
Steve spent a lot of time around the guys for the last 18 months, which has been really good. You know, one, they all really respect him, and that's important that the guys play hard for guys they respect. And, you know, it's going to be a tough match. It always is. It comes down to making a key putt here and there. So with 6 captains' picks, a lot of people, oh, that's great. Well, sometimes that makes it more difficult.
And after tearing it up with the batter's box last week, Major League Baseball took notice and named Willy Adames their NL Player of the Week. Adames hit 2 home runs and drove in 7 RBIs to help the Brewers extend their lead in the Central to 7 games. Remember, the Brewers moved up their game against the Royals to 3-10, so they won't miss any of the NBA Finals Game 6. They're probably going to be there.
Yeah, they should be.
Probably whole traffic, too.
They're probably the only guys that can afford tickets.
right.
Yeah. Let's go to Gary. Final check of the forecast.
$1,040. Come on.
Yeah, that's standing room only, right?
Yeah.
That's like $2,000 if you want a seat.
There's the live view from the WIC TV Skycam. Again, that hazy overhead smoke, but otherwise mainly clear skies. Temperatures are upper 70s to the lower to middle 80s. Still 84 right now in Boscobel. Dew point temperatures right around 60 degrees, give or take a degree or 2. Look for a low temperature tonight of about 63. High tomorrow of 88. Just a slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm late in the day tomorrow, and then we'll look for warm weather to continue through much of next week.
Yeah, Gary, thanks. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6. We'll be back here tonight at 10. Have a good evening.